Beruchim Habaim and Shalom Aleichem. Moshe Langado here, speaking under auspices of Kollel, Baruch Ahavat Yisrael in Southern California, and Sha'rei Tziyon in Brooklyn, New York. This week we'll be reading Parshat NASO. NASO, to lift up. Yes, we were all lifted up. This past few days, the holiday of Shavuot, we relived, we kindled Kabbalat Torah, the receiving of the Torah, what makes the Jewish nation unique among all other nations. For we have the living Torah, the living law of God, the Word of God. My friends, when we as a nation said Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and we will listen, the angels came down so ecstatic and gave us each a crown, 2 crowns in fact, one for Na'aseh we will do, and one for v'nishma and we will listen. The Holy Torah would now be on earth. A crown symbolizes something unique and dynamic. When a king is coronated, he changes. From being a layman, he becomes a ruler. Chazal in Shmuel, in the Navi, explained to us that when Shmuel anointed Shaul as king, he stood head and shoulders above everybody else through his nevuah, through his prophecy that came from being coronated. A Kohen, the Rambam tells us, when he leaves the Kohuna to become Kohen Gadol, he also now has a certain Ruach HaKodesh which descends upon him. Now he can read the Urim V'Tumim. A crown takes a person to a higher level. That is the meaning of the 3 crowns which were given to Klal Yisrael. The crown of monarchy, the crown of the priest, and the crown of the Torah. Each one takes us to a new realm. But the most powerful crown of all is the crown of Torah. That changes a person completely. Once he learns Torah, his whole essence changes. My friends, if I could share with you a story of one of the great men of history, Aristotle. Aristotle, the Rambam describes as a man who had cultivated his intellect to such a degree that he was just below prophecy. He was an exceptional man. But one day he was giving his lecture in the University of Athens, and one of the students was enthralled by the lecture. He said, "Let me learn from this man in every way possible." Just like in the days of the Gemara, some of the students would lie under the master's bed to see how he acted in bed, so was this Greek student. He shadowed him as he walked through the streets of Athens. And of course, Aristotle, as he walked, he greeted people he passed. He gave charity to the poor. But then he started walking towards the seedy part of the city. And there, this young man saw something, testified to an act which was vulgar, was animalistic, and he was shocked. So shocked that he went to a seizure. He fell on the ground, flaying his hands and legs, not able to speak even. Aristotle realized and saw what had happened. He asked people to hold up the man and bring him to the university back to Athens. As they entered the university, the student was able to start speaking. And he told him, "Aristotle, you're a hypocrite. You spoke so highly of mankind, of men, and what rung they could reach. And I saw what you did, that bestiality, that act of vulgarity." And Aristotle said, "Calm down, my friend, calm down. When I spoke in the university, you heard Aristotle the professor. But when you saw me walk through the streets of Athens, you saw Aristotle the man. My friends, that may be scholars in other disciplines of knowledge, math and science. But when it comes to Torah, the Torah should change us. We've now come to this great holiday of Shavuot. Let us take the Torah and let it change us from being mere humans to being sons of God, to be like angels. Everybody should have a great Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.